I think the keys of the game, especially for this Regis Jesuit offense and defense, is going to be getting points real effectively, getting them, you know, getting them fast, getting them efficiently, and not giving up too many turnovers. I think if we can do that successfully, the Lambkins are going to have a hard time. I agree. I think we're capable of that because we have such a big team. I think we can get some blocks and especially get rebounds. So, I look forward to watching this game, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, they do have someone, Jamie Tofa, who's 5'11", but just the stats haven't shown her to be very useful this season. So I don't think she should be that big of a problem. But we're still gonna have to contain her just because she's very tall and can definitely be a wreck to this Regis Jesuit team. Yes, I think Regis Jesuit especially is really looking forward, really needs this, as such a prestigious team as they are right now. I think if we can progress into the Denver Coliseum, it just gives them more hope and more tenacity to play for this championship. Yes, sir. You can definitely feel this tension between Regis Jesuit and the Lambkins here. I don't know if it's a rivalry or what, but it's definitely going to be a fierce matchup. Yeah, it's definitely intense. All right, we're about 30 seconds from game time, and players are getting their last words from their coaches, and it's going to be an interesting one. Uh, looks like it looks like we're. That was one of the best national anthems I've ever seen. I mean, it doesn't get much better than a 10-year-old girl standing up there from our Regis Jesuit team and you know, really expressing what she knows how to do. Oh yeah, man, that vibrato was really something, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting battle. I think this Fort Collins front five is definitely a very solid team. I think the back ends of their team is definitely what sets them back. You know, I really agree with that, Tyler. I think in this case, more is better. You know, I think the more full court pressure, the more, you know, the more strength we show as a real intense, mature team is just going to brighten this game and make it a really interesting match. Yeah, this is probably the biggest game we've seen all year, especially for the girls. That's a good pronouncing, Tyler. Oh, you're good, man. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's what gives Regis Jesuit such a high state ranking and a national ranking is just because of the almost the sisterhood of this team really shows out on the court. And you know, I think when they're on their A game, you know, they're pretty much impossible to beat. I mean, that's what we've seen all season. So I wouldn't expect anything different. Okay, well, looks like we're about to start here. The girls are making it on the court, and tip-off's just around the corner. All right, here we go. Everyone's set, and referees are making it out on the court, and we'll see what happens. I think as we were talking, Regis just brings out such a tall starting lineup, and as you see there, we just got the ball. Really just shows the strength and willpower of this team.
That was a great
I agree. You know, we didn't get it on the first try, but you know, we just got the basket, which just shows the sisterhood is really really shows up in times of need. And it looks like there was a Regis Jesuit foul on the play, so Fort Collins will inbound the ball here. No. I agree. I think we're just guarding the paint, and as you see there, it really worked out. They didn't have anywhere to go, and it ended up as Regis Jesuit basketball with no points given up. I'd take that for the first drive any day. I think Fort Collins is trying to show what Regis is doing. There we go. Fort Collins, you know, the gamble paid off there.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Kind of, we're just getting a little bit too exciting.
And nothing there. Pass gone out of the bounds. Regis Jesuit basketball here. I wouldn't either, but as it showed up on the last drive, you know, it really paid off. So I think it's actually a pretty smart gamble, and it's just paid off again, actually. You know, they're 2 for 2 on this, you know, on Regis Jesuit's offense here. It's just not very good, especially with our starting lineup in.
I'm surprised about that. I thought we would come out a little bit more calmer than we are right now.
Yeah, just gave up the 3 there. I think it was just a matter of time before the Lamb Kid squad here put some points up on the board. You know, you just can't give up. Oh, there's another turnover. That's 3 turnovers in the game, and that's going to be a foul on Regis Jesuit. You know, this is really I really did not expect this from this Regis Jesuit squad. 2 fouls within the first 2 minutes, and you know, we'll see what happens. But Regis Jesuit needs to get it together here. Yep, going for another 3. And there's a rebound. You know, yes. Very good right there. Okay, there we go. All right, as the Lamb Kids make it past half court here, Regis Jesuit's really putting on a press. And foul, that's going to be 3 fouls on this Regis Jesuit squad so far. Yes, sir. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the free shots impact this Lambkin squad. I mean, they're going to, you know, I think every point is going to be beneficial at this stage, especially because it's such a close game.
Right you are, Mr.
And 2 for 2. You know, what a great start for this Lambkins team here.
I'd like to see a little bit more help on the press break here, but need to get done.
Okay, Justine Hall going in for the shot, and she's got it. Oh, Regis Jesuit's giving up a basket, given up all the way down in this Regis Jesuit zone. Okay, this is a very fast paced game. Danny Akeb-Buin really coming up and drawing the foul there. That was nice to see. That was really the first physical play I think we've seen from this Regis Jesuit squad. All right, there we go, fellas. All right, we'll see what happens. Hopefully she makes this. You know, we need to take advantage of that foul. And she's got it. 1 for 2. I'd take that. You know, it's the beginning of the game. Just getting the jitters out there. You know, I'm just glad we can put some points up on the board. All right, Peyton Humple is going to pass the ball in here in this Regis Jesuit zone. And she's going for the 3. Oh, just missed it. All right, Justine Hall's coming up with the rebound, taking it across the court. Okay. All right, giving it back.
Load, but
Justine Hall going up, and she's got it. She's really been the shining star so far in this Regis Jesuit Raiders basketball team.
That was a very good possession right there, I would say.
There's the rebound, and it's going to be Fort Collins' ball, but that was a very, very good hold by the Regis Jesuit defense.
Yes, I would agree to that statement right there.
All right, it's going to be Peyton Humple again, and she that was a very well-executed play by Peyton. I think that was a very methodical drive by that Lambkins team. Oh, almost a turnover, but Anna Padstaski got that ball there. Oh. All right, Jordan Molino almost coming up with the big play there, but couldn't hold on.
Here.
I think this is going to be a great game. It's a little bit different than we expected, but you know, the Lambkins are really showing that they can compete with such a strong Regis Jesuit squad.
Yeah, wonder what the coaches are saying to their respective teams right now. What do you think they're saying to them?
You know, I think really it's just motivation. We'll be right back, guys. All right, Lambkin's going to pass it to number 34.
Katie Copperas.
All right, we'll see what happens. Number 15, Casey Dietrich, just really driving the ball here.
The Lambkins are kind of showing a very quick offense right now. A lot of passing around the perimeter and trying to find the open man.
Ashley Evans, you know, just couldn't hold that ball in, but we'll see what happens. All right, Regis has got the ball. And there
Low floater,
it's
in.
Oh, Justine
very
Hall.
good.
Jeez, I mean, she's really coming on strong here. She's got probably at least 2/3 of the Regis Jesuit points.
Yeah, but you'll take points any way you can get them.
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 34, Peyton Hoople with the ball.
Okay, she's coming up in the paint here.
And just over the top.
Just an overthrow in this Regis Jesuit zone by Ashley Evans, a starter. She's been in the game for a while now. I'm starting to wonder when she's going to come off the court.
Yeah, I wonder. Still Fort Collins showing the full court press.
Yes, sir.
Passes it to Jessica Lewis. And a steal. Oh, wow. Another steal. Regis has to be sure to make those crisp passes, or else those steals are going to come back to haunt us. Looks like Takenya Cleveland is coming in right now.
Looks like she's going to try to pass it, and she will to number 34, Katie Kupris.
Drive,
little
floater.
Oh, that was a very strong shot. Number 25 got fouled hard. That's going to be Nicole Lang, and that's that 6-footer that that real aggressive player for this Lambkins offense.
Yeah, Jordan Molly gained the foul on that one, but
so 2 shots for her.
Just misses the first one.
Oh. All right, well, we'll see what happens on this second one.
Just a little bit too hard on that one. Good pass, and that was a very good play right there. I don't mind that play. I like the court vision on that, and one of these times we're going to get a long stretch of those, and we'll be making buckets.
Katie Kupris is driving this ball, and that's her second overthrow down in this Regis Jesuit zone. Just a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, it looks like these two teams are a bit too kind of crazy right now with their passers. They're trying to put a little bit too much on them, but that's how.
Yeah, I think it's been a very spasmodic game, especially, these long passes. A lot of them are going out of bounds, which you just don't expect to see.
And a 3 by Justine Hall. Justine Hall.
Yes. And there's another long pass,
but
it's going to get blocked.
And the block by Jordan Molyneux.
Yes, wow.
That was very, very good.
And it's going to be Lambkin's ball, a pass in by Katie Kupris.
I think Jordan Molyneux is a very big presence in the paint. She is very intimidating with her size.
Very, very good double coverage.
All right, Katie with the ball right now, drives, and in.
That's just too easy for this Lambkin squad. I mean, they've shown that they can really put the points on the board, and that's what they just did.
That was a good crossover right there.
It's just not, Regis Jesuit just needs to take advantage of those one-on-one situations.
I would like to see Peyton take that shot, but, dumping it off to Jordan isn't bad at all.
There we go. Number 33.
Just
Peyton
far.
Humble just hits it a little long.
Peyton with the ball. Looking.
All right, 50 seconds left in the quarter here. We're going to see what Regis Jesuit does. Hopefully we can get 2 possessions before the first quarter.
It's like maybe an isolation going on right here. A little pick and roll action. Nope, isolation.
Jessica Lewis just coming up a little bit short on that one. But, we're not able to take the points. But Regis Jesuit should be able to get another possession here before the end of this first quarter. coming down with 19 seconds left.
I like this Raiders defense right now. I like how they're keeping the Lambkins around the perimeter. Not I speak too fast there, but
and that's going to be out of bounds. That's going to be Regis Jesuit ball with 5.3 seconds left.
Just say get it in bounds and then just huck a half-court shot and hope it goes in.
I think we can get a little bit farther than a half-court shot, but it's definitely going to be a three for sure. I think we should just give it to Hall. You know, she's shown that she can put the points on, and I think we go to her in this clutch situation. All right, 3 seconds
good
left.
crossover, good crossover.
Going
the
into
paint.
15, and got it. Danny Akabon
very good right there.
Coming in for the Regis Jesuit score at the end of the first quarter here. Your score 16-11.
I like that court vision right there. That was very good to see the open player.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen. I think we could see a little bit more rebounding for the duration of this game for both teams. I think it's been a very one-dimensional game so far. But on the other hand, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back. Thank you. All right, we're back here at start of the second quarter here.
Regis Jesuit gets 2 free throws.
Lidge is going to get 2 shots here, as Tyler said. We'll see. This is going to be a key drive, I think. Yep, got the first one.
Good job by Kelsey Lidge.
We'll see if she can get 2 points and extend this lead to 7. My bad.
It's all good. And just short on that one.
All right, that was a very nice rebound by Thurgood.
All right, Katie gets the ball. Passes it to McKaylee.
Good again.
All right.
Just short by Justine Hall.
Justine just got control of that ball and just put it up there. Luckily, it got in.
Kupris passing it up into the zone there.
Oh,
that's gonna be
another 3.
By Peyton Humpel. She's really on fire. That's her second 3 of the day.
She is a sharpshooter, kind of like Ray Allen of the Miami Heat. Sharpshooter.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
that was a very methodical play right there. Oh, the block.
Justine Hall gets the ball.
Nicole Lang.
Just missed it.
I thought that was very key, even though we missed the shot, that we still got the ball back after that block. You know, that could have been a easy Fort Collins score.
Oh, good steal. Oh.
And just a little bit
so
long
close.
By,
good hustle. I kind of like that hustle play right there. Long pass is intercepted by Katie Kupris.
Sir, she's going to drive it up, and she's really been, I think, the mastermind behind this Lambkins offense. She's been running some really, really nice plays.
Oh, good
steal by
Hall. Drives, And
Hall's going for the bank, and she's
yeah,
got it on the easy layup.
that was
Justine Hall's
very
having
good. I like that. I like that play
she's
right
going
there.
to the supermarket and picking up some groceries because she's scoring, I'll tell you.
That was a very good saying right there, I gotta admit. Very clever. All right, Casey passes it to Katie.
And these long
Drives.
passes have been really determining this game.
Oh, very good. That was a
Nicole
good
Lang's
block.
gonna
That was a
not
very
be
good
able
block
to,
by Jordan there. Regis gets the ball back. Still, they still have the full court press going on here, but it seems to be sort of effective. But when the game goes on and the Regis gets a little bit more tired here, I think it'll be more effective.
Great. Good pass. Shot by
Jordan.
44. Molly now. It's going to be Fort Collins ball here.
Oh,
with about
offensive
5 minutes.
foul right there. I didn't really see a foul on that play, but
There's about 5 minutes left in the half.
Katie bringing the ball up, trying to get a play in here. See where they go. On the perimeter. Back out.
Alrighty.
This Lambkin's offense spreads out. This Lambkin's offense is very good at spreading the ball around, but sometimes you just get those clumps of players in there, and they don't spread the floor out, which that's not very good.
So Peyton here is going to pass it out to Katie. We'll see what this Lambkin's offense can do. I think the second half has been a definitely more fast-paced, a rhythmic game than the first half.
Trying to get it inside, but no can do on that. Katie gets the ball back. Good drive. Oh.
Ashley Evans not being able to execute.
Pass.
And that's a very good block by
Jordan.
Molly now.
That was a good block by Jordan. She's got like, what, 4 blocks right now?
I'd say that sounds about right.
Oh.
That was a good save.
Was a good save. Good half-court defense right there. Good perimeter defense. And a steal.
Steal by Lidge.
Kelsey.
Oh, the shot by Lidge was not good. But Fort Collins has got the rebound. And that's going to be a block. Number 33, Peyton.
Jump ball.
Oh, that was a physical foul.
See what they call personal foul. Oh, that was a personal foul on Katie right there.
Yep.
That was a pretty hard foul, I gotta admit.
All right, Justine's going to pass the ball in here.
Justin gets the ball. Seeing all her options. Oh, good crossover. Out to Kelsey. Into Anna. And, oh, just
Anna's going to come up a little bit too high on that shot. And that's going to be a foul.
No, that was a kick ball.
Yes. Regis's ball by mistake.
Wendy Dyer's coming in for Naffy. Lockley. Get some more size in this Regis Jesuit offense right now. Going with a bit of a bigger lineup, don't you say?
Yes, Lidge is going to pass it in. Ooh, that's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball again.
Regis is having a bit of a slower tempo offense right now, more like a half court instead of a up tempo kind. Oh,
Oh, very good 3 by Kelsey Lidge. Going back to that point, Tyler, I agree. I think what really is separating this quarter from the first quarter is the long passes.
yeah, they kind of learned their lesson in the first quarter about those long passes, but
that's going to be a foul. Cooperis is going to get 2 shots here.
There's the foul on. Well, looks like the refs are having a little conversation here.
The Lambkins are 50% from the line. We'll see if they can add some more points here.
All right, the refs talked about it, and it was Wendy Dyer with a blocking foul. And the Lambkins are now in the bonus.
Just missed it. That was 1 for 1.
Good save. That was a good save right there.
By Cooperis.
That was a very good trust in her teammates to be right there.
Lambkin's ball. Humple is going to pass it in.
Into Katie.
She's been going to Katie lately.
Oh, good pass.
Very good interception by Lidge.
Justin taking point right now. Oh, that crossover is awesome. That crossover is awesome right there. All right, and taking point right now, directing this Regis Jesuit offense.
Yes, sir. And the shot by Hall is going to be is not going to be successful. Lambkins basketball.
Oh,
Humble just put too much mustard on that one. It's going to be Fort Collins basketball. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully Regis Jesuit can put a hold on the Lambkins.
All right. Lockley and
I definitely watch Cooperis here. She's been going to her for a while. Oh no, gonna pass it to 40.
Yeah, Lockley and
Evans
Lewis
is gonna get fouled.
Another blocking foul for Regis Jesuit.
Okay,
the bonus.
The Lambkins are gonna get some more foul shots.
Just a little bit too hard right there. See, right here. Just rattles it.
Evans 1 for 1.
That's the shooter's roll, I call that. Drexelius checks in.
We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the half. Regis Jesuit's going to try to put some more points on the board.
I gotta admit, this is closer than I expected it to be. I thought Regis would be up by about.
That's going to be a foul on the Lambkins. Number 34, Cooperis.
Another blocking foul. Regis Jesuit ball. Hall to pass it into Drexelius. That was one of those long passes there.
We'll see what Lewis can do. She's going to pass it.
Lewis with the ball. Passes it. Oh.
And that's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball. We've just been dinking and dunking. These short passes have really worked, I think. You know, getting the jump ball. I mean, we'll take it. It's Regis Jesuit basketball.
Yeah, I really like the hustle that these Raiders are showing here, diving for every ball and stuff, saving it. Oh,
off.
Oh,
off Humble. That's gonna be a score for Hall.
Oh, that was awesome. That's a Sports Center top 10 play, I think. Hall with the ball.
again's got the steal. You know, as I said before, she's really the shining star for this Regis Jesuit offense. And again, the bank shot.
I feel as if these Raiders have turned it up a notch since that last play there with Lidge.
We have
off the back, getting it, and laying it up.
About 20 seconds left, and a steal. Lewis has got the ball. She's going to go in, and basket counts and one. Wow.
This Jesuit team is looking like is very looking good right now.
The Regis is looking. Oh, no.
Blocking foul.
We're going to see. I believe that's going to be no basket.
Foul. Oh, wow. I didn't really see a foul on that one there.
I think Fort Collins is just going to try to run the clock out and go into halftime with one more shot here.
Just off, a little short on that. Another buzzer beater.
Excuse me. Lang is going to get the basket, and that's the end of the half. And
join us for our halftime show.
We're going to
take a quick break, but stay tuned because we're going to have an awesome halftime show.
Thank you. All right, welcome back. The score: Regis Jesuit 28, Fort Collins Lambkins 21. I have Joy Barber, Julia Drexelius, and Claire Quinn for the halftime show. Now, what do you guys think of this Regis Jesuit, first half?
This first half has been so fast-paced. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Excuse me. From being on the court as a cheerleader, just from the sidelines, it's amazing, really. The Justine Hall is just doing amazing. Deani's been doing amazing. You know, the refs haven't been on our side, but I think Regis has been handling it fine. They're really good tonight.
I think they've been doing good, but their defense could definitely be better. They haven't having quite a few turnovers, so I hope they improve that in the second half. But the refs are definitely not on their side, so I hope they get with us next half.
I agree. I mean, I think we can't blame it on the refs, but we are winning, and I think that is what matters. What do you guys want to see in the next half here?
I just want to see Regis still keeping up the fast-paced momentum. They're doing so great right now. They're handling the game amazing. Really, they just have to look out for fouls. They are in foul trouble right now, so if Regis can just still maintain not hitting anyone or reaching in, then I think they should have this game in the bag.
In the second half, I think Regis needs to get a bigger lead ahead of them so they can just end the game with more confidence and have a higher lead.
What do you think how do you think the sisterhood impacts the basketball team here?
Well, on this team, there's really no one specific leader. They're all leaders, and they all support each other. You can really see that on the court. Even at school, in the hallway, they're always encouraging everybody. They're always reminding them how good they are, and it really shows on the court.
Yeah, the sisterhood definitely helps. They're always together. They're so close. They don't have any drama. They're the best team I've ever seen, really. And I hope that they keep this way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially with this national ranking, it really just shows the sisterhood really, I think, impacts this team in such a positive way. On the other hand, what do you think Regis Jesuit needs to do to advance to the championship rounds?
I think Regis just needs to stay focused. They need to stay focused on the game. They need to stay focused on each other instead of focusing on the other team and what other distractions or even the crowd. They just need to be in that mind focus that we are here to win it and we are not going to give up.
They need to get in a total game mode for the rest of the way and the rest of the tournament, because they haven't been as focused as I'd hoped, actually. But I'm sure they'll pull it out. They always do, and they'll always get through.
Yeah, I think it's just so amazing how Regis Jesuit has such a strong record, especially at home and even on the road. They can still pull off such amazing victories. I think this Fort Collins Lambkins team has really, given Regis a run for their money, but Regis still, coming up with the lead and really taking them down. We have about 40 seconds left. Do you guys have anything to say?
Regis is doing amazing, so if they still keep up their fast momentum, I think, and stay focused, they should have this game totally in the bag.
I think they just need to keep focused. They definitely overlooked this team during practice, I do believe, but I believe that they can pull it out and finish this game out.
All right, thank you, ladies, and until next time, great halftime show, and we'll see you guys again. Thank you. All right, welcome back, and it's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball.
Regis Jesuit basketball.
Humboldt's going to put it in here, and let's let it begin.
All right. What do you think Regis Jesuit needs to improve on right now? Because I wasn't really here for the halftime show. I don't know if you've mentioned that or not.
I think Regis Jesuit just needs to improve their mental, their mental morality almost. It's just those simple turnovers are giving the Lambkins 2 points, and those 2 points are adding up. It's a close game. It's it's only 7 points, but
That was a travel by Lidge, number 25.
It's just simple stuff like that where we could have had a pretty easy 2 points, but the travel is going to stop them, which is all right. It's just it can lead to some more intricate problems for Regis Jesuit.
Right you are. I kind of agree with that. Those problems. It kind of seems like once Regis is that solves one problem,
That's
there's
gonna
just
be
another problem coming up.
Foul Fort Collins ball.
I didn't see who that was. Did you catch that?
I did not, unfortunately. I know Katie Humble is going to put it in here.
I just got news from our wonderful producer. It was Marley No, number 44.
Good.
Thank you for that, producer.
It's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball, number 25.
Lidge.
Excuse me, Lidge is going to put it in here.
Marlon, no.
44 going in and out. It's all right. It's going to maintain. It's going to maintain Regis Jesuit basketball.
That was a fair save there.
Yes, anything that saves, anyone that saves the ball or just can help us maintain the ball and get it away from this Lambkin squad, is really shedding the light. That's going to be a foul, number 25.
No,
oh, no.
Travel.
Excuse me, travel. My mistake. That's going to be on number 15. Looks like the Lambkins got him off guard. 33 is open. And she does not take the shot.
Good vision
but
right
25, Lang is going to put it in the basket.
That was very
in the
good.
Net.
That was good court vision there from number 34 there. Find the open player.
It's a nice screen. Oh, that's some contact. But
Oh,
number
and she gets it
25,
back.
Lang.
She gets it back and puts it up.
Excuse me, Lidge. My mistake. And it's going to be a timeout, Regis Jesuit.
All right. During this timeout, what do you think each coach is going to talk to their players about? Start with Regis Jesuit.
I think the main point going on in the Regis Jesuit huddle is to maintain the basketball and get second chance or third chance opportunities. Because eventually, if we can keep doing that, we're going to get more points on the board, and it's just going to be more trouble for this Lambkins defense. Or offense, my bad.
It's all good. All right, Lambkins have the possession right now. 34, dribbling it up. Now, what I think the Lambkins were saying in their timeout was try to keep more possession.
Mm-hmm.
So, simple as that. Oh, just a little bit too strong.
Number 15 is going to get the basket.
With the offensive rebound and putback. You can't really.
Number 5 trying to come in for Regis Jesuit. She's going to try to give some more height on this team. And that's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball.
So, Lidge is coming out, taking a little breather here. No. Actually, I didn't see who came out. Did you see who came out?
I believe I do not, actually. Pataski came out. And that's going to be a basket for Lang.
That was a good possession right there. That
You
was
know,
very, very tough to defend when in that play.
you know, now it's only a one-possession game. I think that timeout has really shed some light for the Lambkins.
Good pass inside.
And that's going to be a turnover on Regis Jesuit. Number 33, Lewis with the steal. And no good, Regis Jesuit basketball.
A little bit too hard on that pass there, but.
Yes. I think that was just fast-paced, and they could not execute.
Yeah, Marley No is checking out. I think that was a pretty good call by Regis Jesuit to take her out because she is a very integral part in this defense and in offense. So you want her to be at like almost full stamina when she comes back in.
So that's going to be no good by Akaboynian.
Good pass, cross-court pass.
And Lockie's going to come up short, but she going to get the rebound? That's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball. I really like to see that. You know, we're getting physical, and I think it's going to pay off. You know, we just got the ball. I really like the tenacity, as I said before, this Regis Jesuit team.
Tenacity. Very
it's
good.
It's going to be the simple lob.
Very good vocabulary by you, Mr. Davis Handler. Very good vocabulary. All right, number 33 dribbles it up.
It's going to be Lewis.
Oh, good pass. And a foul.
Excuse me, that's going to be Humple. My bad.
That was a pretty obvious foul right there. Oh, no shots. It's going to be on the floor. It's going to be on the floor, no shots.
Still a one-possession game with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter here. It's getting interesting. I'm going to say that. The other team, that's going to be a lob. It's going to be almost intercepted. Intercepted by Lockie. She's going in for the paint, and she's got it.
That was a very good hustle play right there. Good determination, never giving up. Good pressure by Regis Jesuit on the defensive end, playing pretty tight defense.
Very good, I think.
Little pick and roll action going on here.
And Kupris is going to get it in. She's going to put the biscuit in the basket, and it's going to maintain, and it's going to be a three-point game.
All right, Lewis bringing the ball up.
Yep, at the top of the paint.
Running the offense.
Ooh, she got a nice juke move.
Passes to Hall.
All right.
And a drive.
And no.
Floater's no good.
And that's going to be number 40 with the rebound, Evans. She's going to dribble it up past the paint. 25. Molyneux just blocks it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good block by Marlon No there. That's like her 6th block on the night.
Yeah, it's a big number.
Very big number. It's like Dikembe Mutombo.
Yes, sir. Timeout Fort Collins, I believe. Yep, timeout Fort Collins.
All right, for Regis Jesuit, I think this is a much needed break right now. I think that was a very good strategic timeout that Fort Collins had called there, getting their players a bit of a rest, regroup, get a fresh mindset going out there. What do you think about that, Davis Handler?
I think that was a very good. Position by Regis Jesuit. We can just stop some points and stop some Lambkins easy possessions. Yep, the interception.
And a steal by Hall.
Looks like she's gonna get this, and we got the foul, but it's gonna be 2 shots for Regis Jesuit.
That's like her 4th foul, and then 4th steal on the night. My mistake on that.
She's very nimble. She can get around, and she's fast too, where she can really put the Lambkins into some deep pressure.
And the free throw is good. 1 for 1 so far. See if she goes 2 for 2.
Be nice.
And the shot. And it's good.
It's gonna be
2
good.
for 2.
A little full court pressure here, and the almost the interception. Number 15 at.
I don't know about this full court pressure Regis Jesuit has right now. That almost cost them 2 points right there, but
It's definitely a gamble. I think sometimes it pays off. I think if we keep running it, we can definitely get some steals. And that's going to be
luckily with a foul and a free throw. See if he gets a 3-point play right here.
Yeah, Regis Jesuit's just going to expand this lead, which we really like to see, especially near the end of the game. I think that timeout gave us some light. It's going to be missed and rebounded by Humple.
Passes it up to number 40.
And that was a slip by number 40.
Good
Evans.
steal. Good steal by Regis Jesuit.
Lockie at the top of the paint, trying to work something out.
Hall with the shot. Just off.
Missed, but she's going to get the rebound. As I said, that nimble body really pays off. And it's going to be timeout, Regis Jesuit.
Full timeout, so 60 seconds. And we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. And we're back with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Regis Jesuit 36, Fort Collins Lambkins 29. That was a full timeout by Regis Jesuit. For
Lidge is going to pass to Hall at the top of the paint.
Very scrappy play by Fort Collins there.
They're just trying to get physical. It didn't work. Hall's going to be open for the shot, and she's got it.
That was a very good shot right there. Nice arc, nice form. All right, Fort Collins trying to penetrate right now. Not working.
I like this defensive scheme by Regis. It's going to make him shoot threes.
Yes, it's a very physical Regis Jesuit defense right now.
And that's going to be a foul.
Number 35, Austin Cassell.
It's going to be Regis Jesuit basketball. Looks like Fort Collins is getting into some foul trouble here, which can really come in handy, especially if it gets close in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because free throws, they're free points. Why they call free throws. Get free points out of them.
If you make them.
If that's true.
And Kupris is going to be unsuccessful.
Oh,
and
good
he's
pass.
got Hall. And Hall's going to put the biscuit in the basket again.
That was a good move by Hall right there.
So really methodical, two-dimensional play by Regis Jesuit.
That was a smart play, not to go straight up at once, but take the time and make sure you get an open shot.
And that's going to be an amazing shot by number 25.
All right, coming up of 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Lewis bringing the ball up.
I think Regis is trying to expand the score to more than 10 by the end of this half.
Oh, good pass. Lewis gets the ball back. Oh, good move. Trying to get open. Looks like Regis is trying to get the last shot right now with
They are.
4 seconds.
Mollinex is going to get it in there.
Good shot. Oh.
And that's going to be a foul. Regis Jesuit.
That's
going to be number 25.
Lidge.
Lidge is
push.
It's going to be her 4th foul as well.
It's going to be interesting to see what the coach does in intermission between 3rd and 4th.
And trying for the interception, and it's going to be no good. And that's it for your 3rd quarter, and we'll be right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to Guy Gibbs Gymnasium with your Regis Jesuit Raiders and your Fort Collins Lambkins. So, Davis, the 3rd quarter, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was great for Regis Jesuit. We really expanded our lead, at the end of the at the end of the quarter. It's going to be pretty challenging for the Lambkins, I think, to stop Regis Jesuit. We did have our Power 5 in there, so we'll see what happens, but it's definitely going to be a good game.
Yeah, what I want to see in this quarter is Regis Jesuit expanding the lead. If we expand the lead, then I think can rest our starters for the next game at Denver Coliseum. But
that's another turnover. She's going to pass it to Evans. Evans is going to hold the ball, though. It's a long
in
pass.
the corner, wide open.
She's going to come up short.
Even though she missed that shot, I still don't like seeing the open man game there.
All right, Regis Jesuit is definitely giving the Lambkins some light here.
Looks like
it's like they're trying to develop a play here.
Well, this crowd is so loud that you can barely hear what the play is.
Yeah. Kuberis is going to be at the top of the paint. And
trying, looks like they're going to cut. And
that's going to be a foul on Lockie.
No, that's Marlon, no.
Marlon, no. My mistake. I'm sorry.
It's okay. There's a lot of names.
I find it interesting how there's no shot clock in high school basketball, girls or boys. What's your opinion, Tyler?
You know, I think they should have at least like what college has, a 35-second shot clock, just to get the players ready for that next level of college play. But
that's going to be a foul on Fort Collins, Regis Jesuit ball.
Yeah, getting back to the point about the shot clock, I would like to see like a 30, maybe like a 38-second shot clock. But
yeah, that sounds legit.
Because, you know, let's be adaptable.
Molly is gonna come up short with the basket.
Good pass.
And that's gonna be a no. That's gonna be a no basket for Fort Collins. They're putting on a full court press, and it's gonna be Fort Collins ball.
Yeah, Liz looked like she got a little bit too flustered there and kind of just threw the ball away.
Yeah, I think that full court pressure really sprung on her. But, you know, we'll our defense is strong, and that's going to be an interception by Akubon.
Lewis brings the ball up, tosses it to Hall. Good drive by number 15.
That's a great drive. That's a really good drive by Akubon. Oh, that's gonna be a foul on number 15, Dietrich. Or excuse me, Akubon. My bad.
No foul there.
No foul.
No foul.
It's gonna be Lambkin's ball though.
Wow, interesting call by the refs. Looked like she kind of got fouled there, but
Humple's gonna be a little bit long on the 3.
Hall's charging up the court. Good pass. And a swish by number 24.
Lockie's just putting down that mid-range jumper, and that's what Regis likes to see.
At the 30-second timeout by Fort Collins.
And Tyler, I think we've done a great job of really expanding that lead. We've expanded it to 13, and we've really shut this Lambkin's offense down, especially at the end of the third quarter and into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, what's also good about having this lead is it looks like Regis Jesuit's still playing at high intensity. We're not relaxing at all, which some teams do when they get a lead like this. They get a little bit sloppy, but looks like Regis Jesuit's still keeping their high-octane offense and defense at a high level.
I think that's really what separates Regis Jesuit. We can maintain a lead even in a pressure situation. I mean, it's college, or it's it's the playoffs, and most teams are flustered, but Regis Jesuit, by having so much experience, I think could just handle it so well.
Ice running
And
through our
that's going to
veins.
be an interception by Lewis. Lewis is going to go with the shot, and she's going to come up just short.
Hall tries to get
and
it,
it's going to be a foul on Regis Jesuit. I believe it's number 15, Akubon.
Looks like there's a little
and
push there.
it's going to be 15.
With the push. All right, what do you think the Fort Collins Lambkins are thinking right now?
I think they're thinking we need to get some points, 2s, 3s, whatever. I think they just can't have drives without putting points on the board, and that's what's really killing them right now, because they're having the drives. It's just our defense has been so demonstrative.
It's like on lockdown. Lockdown defense, best kind. All right, Humple at the line, shooting
and she's going to miss her first.
Moreno and Lidge check back into the game.
I do think Fort Collins, though, is developing a strong dynasty. I mean, they've had some pretty key wins, but it's going to be interesting, I think, especially of how young they are, to see what happens in the years to come.
Yeah, because our team is mostly made of juniors. There is one sophomore in Tekenya Cleveland, but the rest are juniors. So we have a very veteran team. And next year and the year after that, we're going to have a big loss once these juniors graduate. It's going to be big shoes to fill.
That's going to be a basket by number 25, Lang. She's really put on the points for Fort Collins.
All right, Hall with the ball, trying to find someone.
About 4 minutes left in the game here. Regis up by 10.
I like to see it be at least 15 by the end of the game, but we'll see.
And that's another very good high jump shot by number 5, Polensky.
That was I agree with you. That was a very good looking shot.
That high jumper is something we've hit a lot this game, which you really don't see a lot of teams hitting. And she's just gonna come up a little bit right with that shot.
Yeah, that three was just off a bit. Oh, good cross-court
And Hall's
pass.
going to have the ball. We'll see what she does. She's going to get intercepted by number 35,
Cassell. And Humple with the rebound and putback.
That's going to be a Fort Collins timeout. 10 points. I've seen I've seen some bigger upsets before, but I think the way Regis Jesuit's playing, you know, I think we'll just put this one away.
Right. Clock still hasn't hit midnight yet, but you never know with 3:12 left in the game. Anything can happen. Just like that Ellie Goulding song, anything can happen.
I agree. That's a nice metaphor you got there. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens if, you know, if Regis Jesuit advances. I think it's going to be interesting to see really who we play and how we're going to play. I mean, we've blown out some teams this season, and we've had some really close ones, but the sisterhood, again, is just keeping us together, and I really hope we can do that going forward in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that sisterhood is going to come into play during the semifinals.
I mean, it's certainly come into play in this game, you know, especially in this second half. We've just really kind of, you know, found the recipe that works.
Yeah, and it really shows because when we were down, we just never gave up.
Yes.
Good pass. Oh.
She's going to come up a little bit with too much mustard. Molyneux. But we did get the rebound, and we're just wasting time off the clock, which is good.
Yeah, I got like this late game offense shown by Regis Jesuit. Trying to
going to be back and over. Nothing we could really do about that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Kupris throwing in the ball here.
Oh,
and that's going to be a foul on number 44, Molyneux.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious foul right there. No hiding that.
Yeah. Alrighty here. Looks like they're going to try to put it into the paint here. Nope. She's going to throw it to the top of the paint. And it's going to be Humple with the ball. I'd say she's really the backbone of this Fort Collins offense and defense. She's really developing the plays, and she's having them execute.
Yeah, and plus she also has that great shooting form, so that always comes in play. And number 33, Lewis comes, passes it.
And that's a very good jump shot by Akuban. That banker is it's hard to beat. I mean, there's nothing you can really do. And that's almost a steal by Hall.
Moreno, oh.
That's going to be a travel on Fort Collins, number 25, Lang.
Yeah, trying to draw some contact there, get to the line, but no.
And I believe that's going to be a Fort Collins timeout.
Full timeout, Fort Collins. And we're going to take a quick 30-second break, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Be Regis Jesuit basketball. What?
All right, it's Regis Jesuit basketball right now. Sorry, minor technical difficulties there.
It's going to maintain Regis Jesuit basketball. Number 25, Lidge. It's going to pass it in.
Yeah, but the score update right now, 50-38. I think the game is a bit over right now.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think Fort Collins has a really fast-paced offense. Anything can happen. It is 12 points is a big deficit, but I think Regis Jesuit still needs to have the composure and mental maturity to hold on to this one. And it's just a respect element, too. There's a minute and 43 seconds left. I really don't think anything's going to happen, but I'd really like to see Regis Jesuit not kind of wrap the presents yet.
Right you are, Davis. Right you are.
That's going to be a long pass, but it's going to be out of bounds on Molyneux.
All right. I missed that last play. I was talking to our wonderful producer, Charles Smith, who was updating me on something.
That's going to be intercepted by Hall. Hall's going to take this one to the basket.
That was a good play right there. Oh, just almost get it.
And that's going to be a travel violation on this Fort Collins team.
Yeah, so a little off topic of the game, but did you hear that Gonzaga is #1 in the nation in college basketball?
You know, that doesn't surprise me. They've been really consistent all year. They've been putting the points up, and I think it's great, especially for a Jesuit school, to have that #1 spot. Great for them, I think.
Followed by Indiana. Kind of like Indiana.
I'd agree. I think it's going to be an interesting tournament.
I feel as if they may get to the Final Four, but depending who they play, they may be too lackluster there and kind of underestimate their opponent.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, me personally, I think it's going to be Indiana, Gonzaga, and then two mid-range teams in there.
Miami.
I just don't think Miami has the core power to compete against teams like Indiana and Gonzaga. Miami's a good school, but some of those ACC opponents just haven't been putting it, in the chill rack.
All right, now back to the action.
Hall's just gonna use her.
That was pretty good college basketball insight there by you, Davis
That's going to be
Handler.
a foul. I think Fort Collins is going to start fouling and just trying to start get some points and slow down this Regis Jesuit offense.
All right, Lidge passing it in. Looks like it's going to go to Hall.
And that's
with the push.
So they're just going to foul. That's their game plan. I think since it's the playoffs, I think they're just going to keep trying, even though it's a bit out of reach, but I can completely understand.
Yeah, it's going to be the final game for these seniors, so want to make the most out of it, but I think the game is, in their minds, they're saying to themselves, it's kind of over.
I think Fort Collins has had an up and down season this year. They're ranked number 22 in the state, but they've had some key wins and some key losses. So,
yeah, with their last win against Fossil Ridge in the season, I think that was one of their key losses was to Fossil Ridge.
Yeah. But I got to congratulate them on their entry into the Sweet 16. That's a big accomplishment. No matter how good your team is, if you can get into the top 16, your coach and your players have definitely done something right.
Yes, a very earned respect within the state to make it to this point and hang with Regis Jesuit too. That's a big thumbs up.
You know, I think you know, there's just some mid-range teams like Fort Collins and you know, and some other teams who just, you know, I would like to congratulate them on making it to the Sweet 16, you know, because it's a big accomplishment. For Regis Jesuit, I think we take it for granted, but you know, most schools out there, you know, it's a big deal.
It is a very big deal. It takes a lot of heart and commitment going into the gym every day when you're feeling down, but just keep commitment within the school and having that Regis pride, I think is very good to have.
I agree. We're at about 29 seconds left with a score of 52-40. I think this game's pretty much over. Fort Collins took one of their last timeouts, and it's definitely winding down. And Regis Jesuit, you know, it got out a little bit. It started off a little bit shaky, but you know, we really came back, and the sisterhood really showed up, especially in the second half. I think that's really what separated this Fort Collins team and expanded the Regis Jesuit lead.
Yeah, I think this second half, we're going to carry a lot of momentum into our next game with this second half performance.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it really just shows when we play methodical and we play as a team, you know, we can really, you know, improve in such a dynamic way, I think.
Yeah, improvement is the name of the game with basketball. Always keep getting better.
And that's going to be a Regis Jesuit timeout. You know, I do want to bring up one interesting point. There were 7 fouls by the Lambkins and 6 fouls by Regis Jesuit. I personally think that's a little bit high for both teams at this stage. I think what we're going to see next game is, you know, 3 fouls a game, 4 fouls a game, and I think it's going to be pretty minimal.
Right. And plus, I kind of expecting more of a finesse game instead of just a powerhouse game.
Yes, I think this was a little bit of an interesting game, especially, you know, we bring up points with the long passes, the lackluster 2-pointers. I think, you know, I think it's really going to be a different game, but we're going to be playing a different team, so it's really hard to say.
Yeah, it is going to be hard to say because you can't really read the future, but...
And we're just going to put in our second string here and rest up our starters for the next game.
You know, very good call by the coach there.
Yeah, and that's going to be a free throw for Regis Jesuit, number 15, Akubon. And she's going to make her second as well.
With the shooter's roll, no less.
And we have 30 seconds left in this game with a score of 54-40. And, you know, I think you might be right. I think Regis Jesuit might expand the score to 15 points.
I think you're right there, Mr. Davis Handler. Oh, I just got news from our awesome producer that we are heading to the Denver Coliseum, which is going to be so much fun. Denver Coliseum, it's like the big stage.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely going to be a different ball game, and that's going to be it with a final score of 54-40. And that was just a great game by both teams, I think. A lot of finesse, you know, a lot of points, and a great game.
Right you are. And the final score, Regis Jesuit 54 and Fort Collins 40. With your commentators, Mr. Davis Handler,
Goodbye,
our
guys.
awesome producer, Charles Smith, our amazing cameraman, Jack Brown, and myself, Tyler Ballinger. Join us next time. Good night.